The following program, offered by Fox19, includes lawyers licensed in Kentucky. For those lawyers to maintain compliance with the Kentucky Bar Association requirements, the phrase, "This is an advertisement," must appear on the screen. Moore Law is underwritten in the public interest by the Moore Law Firm, a legal professional association. This is Moore Law on Fox 19.
Welcome to Moore Law. Each week we will be discussing a different legal topic and taking your legal questions live on the air. Today our topic is divorce. If you are involved in a divorce or a child custody arrangement, we would like to take your call. The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 421-4691. Now joining me today and every Monday, our host attorney, Don Moore. Don, would you like to introduce our guest?
I sure would. I'm really glad that Ellen was able to be with us. Ellen Rittgers is a lawyer that's been practicing for family law for over 30 years, and she graduated from UC Law School, and her office is in Lebanon. Ellen, welcome.
Thank you. UC Law School, so then a big night last night on the basketball court?
Big night, long night.
Long night it was for us all. So tell us a little bit about your practice, Ellen.
My practice is devoted exclusively to family law matters, which of course is divorce, custody, and all matters arising out of divorce. I limit my practice to Warren County, but of course licensing is by state, so I'm licensed in the state of Ohio. I have found that family law is very, very county specific as a result of the great discretion granted to the trial judges.
Okay, well thanks for that. And we do have our first caller now. We have Patricia from Cincinnati. Patricia?
Yes, my question is getting an echo talking to you. Here we go. My divorce is said and done, and I would like to know why that it is my responsibility after the fact when you have a divorce decree that states that he is responsible for certain financial issues, meaning a credit card and such that we were attached to together in the credit world. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lawyer. When I had my divorce, everything was done through his lawyer. But a judge that did sign off that he was responsible for such accounts.
Well, let me ask you this.
Legally.
Are you having problems with his compliance with the terms of the divorce decree?
We've had one problem, yes, where he fell behind, and I literally had to dip into a universal life policy so that I could have money for a lawyer because they were going to come after me.
You know, this is an unfortunate problem, but there are lots of very legitimate reasons for the means of resolution. You have a court order, but in order to enforce it, unfortunately, you have to return to court. Now, there are ways that you or your lawyer can ask for redress as a result of your having to return to court, attorney fees and the like, but it is a process very similar to your original process, and you do have to return to court.
It's not ever an easy process, I'm sure.
It's not an easy process.
Okay. Thanks for that call, Patricia. And next on the phone we have Tom from Cincinnati. Tom?
Yes, ma'am. My question is I have two girls, and they gave me a choice when I went to court. It's called Parent Guidelines. I took the one that is the one that I most have my kids, which is they do from Thursday to Sunday, and then they do when you don't got them every other week like that. When you don't got them, you got them on Thursday.
You know, the key word in the situation you're describing is guidelines. Ohio law allows discretion with the trial court, and again, that word discretion appears. It's up to the trial court to apply the state law to the facts as he or she feels appropriate. Guidelines are nothing more than guidelines, so that absent an agreement, it's up to the court to determine when the children are physically with each parent. And the guidelines set forth a guideline for application or as a start.
So Ellen, with respect to guidelines, are those chiseled in stone, or is that something that a person can ask the court to modify in some way for their circumstance?
Absolutely not chiseled in stone.
Okay.
They are nothing more than a starting point for the parties to use to determine what plan is best for their children. Best interest of the children is always the standard.
Very good.
Best of luck with that, Tom. And now we go to Jack in Cincinnati. Go ahead, Jack.
Yes. In a separation, I co-signed for my granddaughter's student loan. If I die, can my wife be held responsible for that loan?
That's an excellent question. And first, you say during a separation, there's a distinction to be made between a legal separation and a physical separation. Without the legal process for separation, there are no court orders, of course, and you're simply bound by each party's obligation to the creditor. If you have signed on a granddaughter's debt, the court can consider that in allocating debt in a divorce, but need not allocate it to one or the other of you.
And Ellen, one of the things that we had talked about before, and I think it goes to the previous caller's question, you said, we talked about shared parenting, and just that there are certain, in that gentleman's case, guidelines, but you mentioned shared parenting, because I'm sure when people come in, you know, that's what they want to know, is when they're going to see those kids.
That's exactly right. It's the most important part of any case where minor children are involved. And shared parenting, I like to tell clients, it's no more than a name on a page. It allows for the parties, or if the parties can't agree, for the court to determine a plan that best suits the children going forward post-divorce. It does not mean equal time necessarily. It does not mean no child support necessarily. And what I like parties who are contemplating divorce to think about is parenting in terms of a plan. What plan is best for your children?
It's just so overwhelming, I'm sure. And next up we have Wanda in Batavia. Wanda?
Yes.
We don't have Wanda? Wanda?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Wanda. I'm sorry.
Yes, my divorce is over and done with. And on my divorce decree, it's got that I cannot cohabitate a male of
It's probably a prohibition against cohabitation in order for you to continue receiving spousal support. Is it connected with your spousal support award?
Yes, it is, but I think that it is like sexual.
Cohabitation is a legal term, and it's being eroded in many states, including Ohio, but it is more than a sexual relationship. It's living together in a marriage-like relationship, which of course is difficult to define since marriages are, by their very nature, different. But it's a very common clause in spousal support decrees.
Okay, Wanda, good luck with that. And next up, let's see, I think we have time for one more before the break. Larry in Cincinnati, go ahead.
Yes, hi. I was recently in a relationship that actually went bad. A child was in the middle of that relationship. The child was actually born out of state. I have had no luck in getting contact with the mother at all, as far as the her side of the family and everything has been involved in that. But
were you ever married to the mother of the child?
No, I wasn't.
So this, there are two courts that have jurisdiction or authority in custody matters. One is the Common Pleas Court Domestic Relations Division, which deals with divorces, so the prerequisite is, of course, marriage. The other is juvenile court, which would be the court that has jurisdiction in your case, and it will be lodged in the court in the county in which the child has lived. Most likely it will be lodged in the court in which this child has lived for at least the last 6 months. So you'll have to seek counsel in that state.
Ellen, do they also possibly have jurisdiction in a case where the child was born in another state? Might they also go there or no?
Yes, that's another possibility, but the child has to be residing in in most instances, the
Okay.
child has to be residing in that
All right.
state at the present time.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to go to the break now, but the phone lines are open. Our topic today, of course, divorce. Please give us a call, 513-421-4691.